Hi everyone, welcome to ZyNerd's NEET MDS info series. We will be looking at the Haryana State Counselling today. The entire info guide of the Haryana State Counselling is what we will be looking at. We have been doing this state-wise info guides in detail for MDS 2024. We have a Telegram group as well, which is available in the description, and you can join the Telegram group and look for any updates, notifications, queries, clarifications throughout the process of counseling. And we also, as ZyNerd, have a portal where complete information on allotments, closing ramps, who has taken what seat across is also available. You can avail that service as well. We'll be looking at the info guide in terms of eligibility for the counseling, application requirements, the certificates required, the rules and regulations of the every round, and the choice filling, allotment rules, joining, exit and upgradation rules. In detail, we'll be looking at what happens in each round. So in case you are at different stages at any point in time, you can always come back to this video. For subscribers, we also have exclusive support on calls on what are the rules, what are the certificates required, how to manage the entire counseling process, etc. These are the timelines. As you can see, the results are expected after redressal of grievances on 18th, but this was changed slightly later, so we are still expecting a possible delay. So once the results are out, that will also be published on ZyNerd for you to compare based on last year. The process is pretty simple. Once you get your allotment results after filling up your choices, your tuition fee has to be deposited through the web portal, but physical documents representation, physical document verification will happen at Rohtak, and you will have to be there, and then after successful document verification, the provisional allotment admission letter has to be downloaded. So that is a process. And then you have to go to the institute and join with the admission letter. The seats, 50% of government dental colleges seats, those which are under AAQ, 50%. Other than that, all the seats come under the government quota of Karnataka, of Haryana. 100% seats in private dental colleges. Of these, 50% of all the seats, all private dental colleges or dental university seats come under the Haryana State Counselling. Within that, 50% of private institute seats come under the state government quota, and 25% of the private university seats come under the state government quota. Rest of them are available for the institutes at as management quota, other open quotas that we will discuss later. Percentile qualification, BCA, BCB, SC, SA deprived candidates 40 percentile and above are eligible. For UR or UR EWS candidates, 50 percentile is the eligibility criteria. UR PWD or EWS PWD candidates, 45 percentile is the eligibility criteria. One point to note is, let us say your caste category is not part of the OBC NCL list, you might not have been eligible for OBC criteria based on caste category or creamy layer criteria. You might not have been eligible for All India Counselling, but if your caste belongs to BCA, BCB, SC, SCD and you are eligible for the Haryana State Counselling, even if you are above 40 percentile and below 50 percentile, you will be eligible for Haryana Counselling. OBC NCL is separate for All India and Haryana Counselling is separate. Eligibility for the government quota seats, this is a little in detail. Haryana has multiple eligibility criteria. One, 50% seats, we are looking at government quota seats, which is 50% of seats from Haryana government institutes, 50% of the private institute seats under the Haryana Government University, and 25% of the private university seats, which are those SGT and PDM University, 25%. For that, the eligibility criteria is you should be a Haryana resident. Don't assume that Haryana resident means actual residents who are staying in Haryana, etc. There are multiple criteria. First category is, even if you have done your BDS from a recognized institution in Haryana, irrespective of whether you are a domicile or a native of some other state, you have not resided in Haryana for other period, you will be considered as a Haryana resident. So basically, if you have passed BDS from Haryana, you are eligible for this irrespective of where you are from. Second, pass BDS from any institute across India, including foreign dental graduates, across India or foreign dental graduates. You are a resident of Haryana or your parents produce a Haryana resident certificate. One of these, if it is satisfied, you can produce a resident certificate or your parents produce a resident certificate. Even if you are BDS from other states, then you are also eligible for Haryana as a resident. Who are the categories who will be able to get a resident certificate? One, whether you or children or wards, if your parents are not living, if you are a ward of somebody who has adopted you or legally somebody who is a guardian, or if your parents, so you or your parents, or if you are if you are a ward of someone, that person, or you are a dependent of, basically wards are dependents, carry almost the same meaning, regular employees of Haryana state. If you are they are a regular employee of Haryana state, your parent or you are a regular employee of Haryana state, posted in or out of Haryana, or Haryana statutory bodies or corporations posted in Chandigarh, Haryana or outside Haryana, regular employees of Government of India, central government posted in Chandigarh, Haryana in connection with affairs of the state government, or if you have retired and permanently settled in Haryana and draw your pension from Haryana. You might have been from a different state, but you retired in Haryana, you draw your pension from Haryana, who are pensioners of the Haryana government. You are a pensioner of the Haryana government, irrespective of where you are settled. You went ahead and settled in some other state, doesn't matter. Who have permanent home in Haryana, even if you are living outside Haryana, if you have a permanent home in Haryana, you have been residing in Haryana for 15 or more years. No relation to Haryana, but residing in Haryana, staying in Haryana for 15 or more years. Accredited journalists in Haryana, all of them are eligible for a residence certificate. If your parent comes under this criteria, you come under this criteria, or your legal guardian comes under this criteria, you are a dependent or a ward of some person the person who comes under this criteria, then you are eligible. Also, wife of anyone who falls under this criteria, then they are also eligible as residents of Haryana, or they can be in case you're a dependent or ward of somebody whose wife is a resident of Haryana, then still you will be eligible. If you are born in Haryana, straight away you are also eligible if your birth is from Haryana. So all of them should also produce, all these categories mentioned over here should also produce a certificate that your parents or guardians are citizens of India and they have not claimed the benefit of residency every year anywhere else. Haryana management quota, the rest of the seats, 50% of this private institute seats are still left, 75% of private university seats are still left. For those seats, anybody across India is eligible, and within that you have the 15% NRI quota. So the seat split of Haryana, this is a little tricky, we will take you through that. What is Haryana state merit quota? You have 50% of state government seats of Haryana that are available in Haryana state merit quota. Here we come across a slight distinction. You have 50% of seats in Haryana in the state government institutes. A part of it, what 25% of the 50%, which is basically 1/4 of total seats. So 50% if it is, then 12.5% out of the total seats, those are available for Haryana state institutional quota, which means those who have done your BDS from Haryana alone are eligible. Rest of it is available for all, including BDS or residents of Haryana who have done BDS from outside Haryana but are residents of Haryana. From private institutes, the same split, out of the 50% under the state quota, it is the same split. For universities, that split is not there, everything is available for Haryana, all category candidates, both BDS from Haryana, outside Haryana, both are eligible if they are residents. Management quota, all candidates from across India are eligible for the management quota for private institutes, same for NRI also, all candidates across India are eligible, but NRI category, NRI criteria applies. You can have a look at this, in case you have any queries you can always call us. The reservation in Haryana, Haryana is applicable only for 50% seats from government institutes and 50% seats from private institutes. This reservation, BCA, BCB, EWS inclusive reservation is applicable. You can see the percentages over here. We already mentioned that within this set of seats, the state quota seats, 25% is institutional preference, and also you have 5% horizontal reservation for PWD candidates. There was also reservation for dependents of freedom fighters and ex-servicemen and WATs. That reservation is also applicable. Among the 25%, there is also this 25% from university under state quota. Reservation is applicable, but only for SC, PWD candidates and SC candidates. SC is SC deprived included, SC and SCD. All other seats are open seats. You can see the percentages. In-service have reservation, 40% of seats, total seats are reserved for in-service candidates. Those who have completed 3 years in service are in rural, remote and or difficult areas are eligible. It is for Haryana Civil Dental Services and ESI run hospitals and autonomy and other autonomous bodies are also, whoever has worked there is also eligible. The NOC has to be taken from policy. There is no incentives since 2022, I believe they stopped the incentives and provided directly service quota. NRI eligibility, Haryana divides NRI into private complete eligibility priority wise. Priority 1, and candidates who are NRI or PIOs or OCAs who originally belong to Haryana. Priority 2, children of NRIs who originally belong to Haryana. Candidates who are NRIs or PIOs, OCAs belong to other states of other than Haryana, or children of NRIs. So those who belong to other states and union territories of India. This is the priority. Beyond that, priority 5 is real brother or sister as an NRI. Priority 6 is first degree relations, whoever is mentioned here, first degree only, whether they are NRI. And priority 7 is foreign nationals in case no seats are still seats balance after priority 6. How does this work? If priority 1, everybody takes a seat and no seat is available, nobody in priority 2, even if they are top rankers, they won't get it. Only after complete priority 1 is exhausted, the next set of seats will be available for the next priority. NRI students, they have to give a bank guarantee or a surety bond for the next 2 years balance fee if they opt to pay the fee in installments. Application under hro.counseling online counseling.nic.in co.in, and process of registration, you register through the online portal. The registration fee is required. Editing of information is required. If required, you can edit it. They will give you a time for editing. Submission and confirmation of choice or all details, and then you will also have choice filling and locking at a later point in time. Allotment list is published. You have to download the allotment letter after paying the tuition fee to DMER. You are not paying it to the institute. Document verification is done at PGIMS Rohtak, and then download the admission letter after the document verification is cleared. Join the allotted institutes. You have to go. Even if you are opting for upgradation, this entire process has to be done at round 1, and then if you are opting for upgradation from round 2 to round 3, that has to be done. You have the complete list of certificates available over here. Note that this is admission. Admission happens at PGIMS Rohtak. Almost it is like complete verification and admission. So at that point in time, you will have to bring your originals plus 2 self-attested copies. All the list of certificates are available for dental screening test in case you are FDST results also should be there in case you are an foreign dental graduate. The rest of the certificates are very clear. You can just go through this completely. In case you have any queries, if you are a subscriber, you can directly reach us on the number. You can put in your queries in the Telegram group as well. Round-wise rules for Haryana. We will look at every round-wise rules over here. List of round-wise rules over here. Round 1 is online. Fresh registration is possible. Choice is fresh, obviously. We all know that. Allotted and did not join. Note that Haryana doesn't ask for a security deposit before round 1. So no forfeiture concept is there when you are allotted and don't join, or allotted and you allotted, joined and then resigned your round 1 seat. No security deposit forfeiture. And if you will you be eligible for the next round? Yes, you will be eligible for the next round. Upgradation to the next round is possible. And let us say you allotted and you don't join, you will be eligible for the next round. Upgradation is possible to the next round. Yes, R1 to R2 upgradation is also possible. But the thing is, as far as Haryana goes, you will have to provide willingness for upgradation, and only then you will be eligible for the next round. Security deposit also has to be paid. Next round eligibility after resigning a seat, yes, you are eligible for the next round even if you join and then resign your state round 1 seat. When will you do that? When All India round 2 you get a better seat, you will move from state round 1 to All India round 2. If not upgraded, we will come to this at a later point in time. Within how many days can they resign? They can resign within the deadline. Basically, when can they resign? They can resign within the deadline. There will be a deadline provided after state round 1 on when you can resign. You can resign within the deadline. Round 2. Round 2 is again online. All the rounds are online as far as Haryana is concerned. Again, fresh choice filling is possible. Fresh registration is also possible. You missed registering in round 1, you can come back and register in round 2. Editing is possible for already registered candidates. You want to change details, something that you missed out, etc. That is also possible. Fresh choice filling again. Security deposit will be forfeited in case you are allotted in round 2 and you don't join, or you're allotted in round 2 and you join and then resign. Security deposit is forfeited. Obviously, resignation is therefore possible. If you don't join, will you be eligible for the next round? If you join and resign, will you be eligible for the next round? Yes, eligible for the next round, but you will have to do fresh registration because your security deposit is forfeited. Round 2 to round 3, upgradation is allowed. If not upgraded, what will happen? Like R1, I join a seat. I am not upgraded in round 2. Can I resign that seat? Yes, you can resign the seat. You will retain the same R1 seat, but if you want to resign, you can resign the seat. Within how many days? They will give you some timeline. After state round 2 allotment results, after joining, they will give you some timeline for All India round 3 resignation. Till that point in time, you can resign. Obviously, but you note, for every upgradation or moving to every round, if you are already registered, you will have to give willingness for upgradation. Don't miss out that. Let us say you are resigning. One point we missed out. Let us say you are resigning. You will have to go to the allotted college and resign. No email based resignation. There you have to go, fill up a form, and then you will have to resign. Document verification also happens at the admission committee level at PGIMS Rohtak. Round 3 again online, same process like round 2. Round 3 is online, fresh choices, fresh registration is possible. In case you resign or do not join an allotted seat, or allotted, joined and resigned in round 3, your security deposit is forfeited. Eligible for next round if not joined, if in R3 you are allotted a seat or you resign a seat after R3, you are not eligible for the next round. R3 to R4 upgradation is also not possible. After resigning, this is I'm not sure, I think there has been a mistake over here. So you are not eligible for R3 to R4 in case you resign. And next round eligibility, if not upgraded, can the previous round seat be resigned without forfeiture? Yes, security deposit will be forfeited. On this part alone, round 3 resignation, we will get back to you. In case you resign after round 3, whether you will be eligible for round 4, or in case you did not join after round 3, whether you will be eligible for round 4. As of now, we are looking at the last year's confirmation. You can have a look at it before round 3, check again on the notification, and then take a call when you are filling choices for round 3. If not upgraded, can the previous round seat be resigned without forfeiture? No, can't be resigned without forfeiture, but you can resign it. But after, let us say R2, you joined a seat and then you go on to R3. You still retain the same seat, you are not upgraded. Your R2 seat is with you. You already paid the fee, completed the admission process, certificates are also deposited. Now, yes, you can resign the seat, security deposit is forfeited. Within how many days they can resign, they will give you a timeline for resignation before the stray round. Finally, the stray round is also online. You might have other rounds beyond the stray round in case there is an extension by the authority itself, or by MCC will intimate you that. But till the stray round, fresh registration is possible. Choice filling is also possible, fresh choices. Security deposit is forfeited in case you are allotted and you don't join. Allotted, you join and resign, again security deposit is forfeited is what they have given. But you might have to resign till only around 3 days before the last date of admissions. If you resign after there is a last date of admissions, before that only you can resign. If you resign after that, you will pay a penalty, and that is a huge amount that we will intimate at a later point in time. Eligible for the next round if you don't join the stray round? No, you are not eligible. Upgradation possible, R4, no further rounds. Even if there is a further round, if you are allotted in stray round, you are not eligible. Next round eligibility after resigning, not eligible for next rounds is what has been put. This alone, round 3 alone, we will get back to you. If not upgraded, obviously, let us say R3 to R4, upgradation itself is not allowed. So that doesn't come into picture at all. What happens if you don't upgrade from R3 to R4? Because anyways, it is no upgradation. You resign, you will pay a penalty. If you resign before the last date of, till 3 days before the last date of admissions. How many days they can resign, we can have already gone through. Fee and penalty, for registration you will have to pay 2,500 rupees if you are a general category candidate, and 1,250 if you are PWD, SC, BC, EWS category candidates. Non-refundable, no security deposit needs to be paid before round 1, but before round 2 you have to pay a security deposit of 25,000 rupees for government dental colleges, if you are unreserved category. If you belong to any category other than unreserved, 12,500. For private dental colleges, 2 lakhs will be paid. If this amount will be adjusted against the fee paid if allotted and you join. Amount refunded if you are not allotted at all. Tuition fee available in ZyNerd has to be paid to BD Sharma University, PJ Rohtak, and to the university basically will be transferred to the respective institutions later. When will you pay that? Right now, let us say you are getting a round 1 allotment. Immediately after the allotment, you will have to pay your fee to the university, BD Sharma University Rohtak, and then it will be later transferred. After your admissions are complete, after you go for verification there, all documents are submitted, etc., then you will have to pay. In case it is a private institute, 50% fee you can pay to the university, and the rest you can pay to the institute directly. If you resign before 3 days prior to the last date of admissions, prior to that, then you will get your fee back if you resign. Security deposit may be forfeited, but the fee will be back. Penalty for resigning a seat, when does the penalty come into picture? Last date of admission is here, 3 days before that there is a 3-day timeline, 3 days before the last date of admissions. Prior to that, if you resign, no penalty, but after that 3 days, last 3 days you go and resign, or beyond that you go and resign, you will have a 3-year debarment, and you will have a penalty of 10 lakhs plus fee for the current academic session. Whatever is the current session this year, and 50% fee off for the next year you will have to pay as penalty, and 3 years debarment is also there. Service bond, no service bond for AAQ or state candidates. Every year Haryana has been putting in a notification saying that there is a service bond. Last year they made them sign a service bond, but applicability we are not sure. We will get back to you on this. If you are from Haryana, you will know this, but MDS also we are not sure. Nothing has been mentioned regarding the service bond, even if it is intimated. There is no intimation on that, so we assume that for for MDS there is no service bond in Haryana. Course discontinuation penalty we already mentioned, 10 lakhs plus the fee for the current academic session plus 50% fee for the next academic session plus 3 years debarment. Government stipend is around 95 to 1,01,000 based on the year. So that is pretty much about Haryana. All the information on Haryana allotments, closing ranks is available in ZyNerd. We are also coming up with an allotment mapping feature where you will be able to see how many Haryana allotted candidates have also been allotted in all India, what is their roll numbers, etc., what is their ranks, who has taken what, etc., in terms of allotment, not admissions. So that you will get in ZyNerd. Thanks a lot for watching. Any queries, do let us know. If you are a subscriber, you can directly connect to us through call or email, or you can also message us in the Telegram group. We will respond to you. Thank you.